And it says we're live. If we're live, hello, everybody.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
All right, I just got notifications
I did too.
from YouTube saying we're live. We're not going to have notifications from Facebook anymore.
No, we're not.
We killed Facebook.
We did kill the Facebook.
Actually, no, we didn't kill Facebook. Look, we just went live behind on the TV.
I see that.
I can see it. I can see it behind us. Hey, Tom. All right. Well, first of all, let's just talk about this for a minute. I'm looking at our episode 127 right now
Yes.
on the YouTube on my phone, and it's not gonna. But there's no dislikes on it now. No dislikes.
Watch for the troll.
Dude, I've learned my lesson from this morning. I'll look at the chat, see what's in there, and then decide if I'm gonna
block them or time
I don't
them
know. I'll
out.
just decide whether or not I'm gonna say anything. Well, it worked, Kel, because all the dislikes are gone.
Yes, they do.
Now there's 8 likes, which freaking awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
That's good. I am proud of it. I am proud of you. I mean, that's awesome.
Yes.
That is really freaking awesome. But yeah, I just got on here like, oh, let's see what this morning, how many dislikes we still have, and because I've got like 3 extra freaking channels. Wait, do I got 3? No, 2 extra, because I got my personal one, Used and Abused. So actually, yeah, so those 2 there.
And then mine's the third one.
I usually don't like our own videos from Used and Abused.
Yeah.
Which I should.
Yeah, you should.
Should play them all and watch them all, and then use it. And then, anyways, I got two more that I could use to. But when I do it, I like to watch the whole thing, so that way I can. Kel will be right back. She's gonna post the link to the Red 5 Network.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, yeah. So I like to just, if I think about it, I'll do it with all my channels. Watch the full show. That way we get the full 2 hours, whatever, and hit the like button so that way it gets liked. But obviously, I could start creating a bunch more fucking channels just to get us up to 100. But goddamn, we're up like 40, 45, 46 freaking subscribers now.
Yeah, 46 subscribers to our channel.
Crazy. Anyways.
KK back. All righty.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get on the other side of the show. And that is this button here.
Yes, it is.
This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Welcome to Used and Abused. I'm Scott.
I'm Kim.
And this is episode 128, the 30th anniversary of Nirvana's Nevermind. First of all, we want to go ahead and shout out to everyone in the chat. We got Luna Girl.
Yes.
Who has got the wrench ready to smack down any trolls. She is going to lay the smack us down on their candy asses.
Yes.
We also got Tom in the chat, plus DB. So we're getting covered here. Trying to think. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll have to add another wrench person on this live stream.
We might have to.
I love it. Smack. And there's Hector. Hector, how you doing, buddy?
Talking about his troll without.
And by the way, DB, I'm curious. Did the wiring get all done today? I'm curious about this church complex thing. Hey, the Science Dictionary is in the house, part of the Red 5 Network.
Okay.
I'm curious with Dragon Buddy, because he mentioned this morning he had to wire a church, pretty much a church complex.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what kind of friggin' cult thing they got going on over there. I'm joking. Anyways, let's go ahead and, as Kim likes to call it, get the business done.
And we need to add.
Got her done, he said.
Nice.
Happy Father John. Very happy Father John. Oh, that's cool. Right on. See, that's why you're a supervisor. Now, wait. I'm just curious. So, on your job, does this consist of you standing back and telling all the peons what to do? Probably not.
No, probably not.
DB probably did most of the work.
Most likely.
Oh, well, we'll find that out on the other side of the business, because Kim likes to get business out of the way
Yes.
first scene in the show.
He's trying to get the easier
The
way
way.
to heaven. I can't be the guy that watches I get dirty. JB says I can't be the guy that watches I get dirty.
There you go. Yeah, that's my. Don't. Hey, whoa! Do not break my kickstand on my phone.
Hey!
You already broke yours.
That's because it dropped.
Kelly, what's up with me? Oh God! All right, let's get business out of the way, Kim.
Thank you to our Patreons, Luna Girl, Dragon Buddy, Don Della Snooch Soski, Brady Big Levin, Hannah, Mikey, Brinley, and Case.
If you'd like to join our Patreon, go to patreon.com, search in that creative bar for Used and Abused Pod.
We're a proud member of the Red 5 Network. Go to red5.com to find more.
No, it's red5network.com.
Sorry. Go to red5network.com to find more exciting podcasts.
Hey, speaking of the Red 5 Network, right? The Parsec Awards are getting closer to being ready to
announce.
be announced. So, I'm just thinking, like, I think I need to go out and buy a dress. No?
No.
Why? Well, I can use one of yours, huh?
Yeah.
You got a gold one?
No.
Oh, see, that sucks. If you had a gold one, I could go right along with Chantal. See, I fucked it up too. Damn, why do I always... All right, I'm going to call her General Shinobi. That's it. General Shinobi from here on out. We're now available on Amazon Music and Audible. Search for Red 5. Search for Use and Abuse Pod today on your favorite podcast apps, including Apple, Google, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And Kim, you know what? I skipped something here. We don't have it in the deal here, but who are all the members of the Red 5 Network?
Okay. A Star Wars Journey with Ashley and Brandy, another Star Wars podcast, ATSW Escape Pod, Blue Milk Cafe, Chats with Chewy, Conversations, Coruscant Radio Underground, Dork Wars, Force of Light Entertainment, From a Certain Point of View, Jedi Temple Archives Podcast, Mighty Marvel Geeks, Pizza and Parsecs, Pod Wars, Press Play Streaming Studios, Rogue One Radio, Salty Nerd, Sarlacc Digest, Scarif Scuttlebutt, Star Wars and Beyond, The Convergence, The Lore Be With You, The Science Fictionary, The Sidebar Cantina, The Snapcast, War of the Stars, We Be Geeks, WSTR Galactic Public Radio.
Speaking of WSTR, I can't find our goddamn stickers and stuff from them. I'm going to take a picture of the stuff when they sent it to me, and I misplaced them.
And then one more, Wookiee Radio.
I'm sorry, Wookiee Radio.
Are they in that over there?
No, that's the Eric Carr CD.
Oh, okay.
That we got a while back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember looking at them, but I don't know
right?
where we put them.
Well, even though you mentioned the Sidebar Cantina and the Escape Pod in that list, because they are part of the Red 5 Network, but they're also friends of ours. We're all part of we were originally all part of the Sidebar Cantina family.
And we need to add one more.
We'll add them. But you go check out Sidebar Cantina and the Escape Pod on YouTube and your favorite podcast app. And a new show that's in that little part of the family.
Yes.
The Orange and Fett show. Which is available on Spotify.
And they've got their second episode
out. Yes, I do
out.
believe their second episode is out, and I've listened to their first episode. First episode was freaking awesome.
It was.
I really cannot. I'm wondering the third episode will be them driving around after the Nevada Boise game.
It could be.
That's one thing I like about it is like they're driving around in the car.
Yes.
So it's really cool because it's just a conversation between two brothers in a car.
Yes.
I love it.
I do too.
It's almost like that karaoke thing they did on.
Yeah, carpool karaoke.
Yeah, that thing. Except they're not singing; they're just talking about whatever.
Also, you can check out Swede Studios, Big Swede Excellent Adventure, and Tactical Swede only on YouTube.
And don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. Then click that bell to be notified when we go live. And hopefully upload some new videos soon.
Soon, hopefully. You can find Used and Abused Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and Tumblr.
Our email is usedandabusedpod@gmail.com. And that and is spelled out A-N-D. You can go to our website, and that is usedabusedpod.com. There you can find links to all of our episodes, link to our YouTube videos, plus link to our merch store, link to our Patreon under the donate tab, and you can also leave us a message. Also, while you're there, if you click subscribe, you'll be notified by email when new audio-only episodes are available.
Now, if you go to tpublic.com and search for Used and Abused Pod.
No, it's Used Abused Pod.
Used Abused Pod, you'll
all
find
lowercase.
All lowercase.
All together. Hey, some people you gotta spell that shit out.
Okay.
Not joking. For our merch store.
For our merch store, and we have t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, face masks, onesies, coffee mugs, etc.
And we finally used the tote while we were gone.
Yes, we did. Came in mighty handy too.
It did. Real quick, and of course we'll go over next week's shows. And holy, wow, the chat like blew up on us.
Yes, it says.
Hey, I see Chantal's in here. By the way, I know we mentioned it this morning. We'll mention it again today. We want to say congratulations to Chantal for becoming a. Oh my God, I just fucked it up. Co-host of Press Play Streaming with Alan.
Yes.
So Chantal's got 2 shows now she's on.
Yes.
Scared of Scuttlebutt, right? Is that what the fuck? I'm never gonna get this right.
Yeah, Scare of Scuttlebutt.
Wrong sticker.
Yeah, Scare of Scuttlebutt.
No, Scare of Podcast.
Oh, Scare of Podcast.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, I thought it was Scare of Scuttlebutt.
No, it's Scare of Podcast.
Okay.
Geek Talk Deep Dives.
Okay, sounds good.
But yes, we want to say congratulations to Chantal for having both those jobs. And anyways, let's go ahead and rip up the chat real quick. We started earlier, we'll do it again. Since we got everybody in here, we got Luna Girl, Tom, Dragon Buddy, Hector. I'm going down to the Science Fictionary. Hannah. Well, hey, there's also some media director. Boy, Hannah, you missed one this morning. Mikey did not miss the phone this morning.
No, he didn't.
And again, Chantal. Let's see, anybody else I forget? I'm like scrolling through this really. Oh, Hector. I don't know if I said Hector, but wow. We got a house full tonight.
Yes, we do have a house full.
And Kim, we are talking about the 30th anniversary of Nirvana, Nevermind.
Yes,
now,
we
before
are.
we go over there, do we have any news to talk about? Anything that we haven't brought up? Whatnot,
besides what's going on with the album cover? No.
All right, well, we'll get into all that because I got a bunch of news over here on between phones and iPads and stuff. We're pretty, and you got that up.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's talk about, like Kim just said, some of the crazy things going on with Nirvana, Nevermind. Currently, like Dave Grohl hinted that Nirvana might alter the cover of Nevermind after the band was sued for alleged child pornography. Of course, we know Spencer Elvin, who appeared naked as a baby on the cover of the 1991 album, filed a lawsuit against the band in August, claiming that the nude image of him, which has since become one of the most globally recognizable album covers in history, constitutes child pornography.
Yeah, but he
was 4 months old when he was photographed naked by a family friend for the album cover. The photo depicts him underwater in a swimming pool with his arms reaching out, grasping for a dollar bill that is being dangled in front of him from a fishing line. In the legal documents obtained by Variety, Eldon, I just lost it. alleged that his, and I quote, true identity and legal name are forever tied to the commercial sexual exploitation he experienced as a minor, which has been distributed and sold worldwide from the time he was a baby to present day, end quote. The 30-year-old claims that he has suffered a number of, and I quote, lifelong damages, end quote, as a result of the artwork, including, and I quote again, extreme and permanent emotional distress, interference with his normal development and educational process, and medical and physiological treatment, end quote. The lawsuit also states the claim that Nirvana, and I quote again, intentionally commercially marketed Spencer's child pornography and leveraged the shocking nature of his image to promote themselves and their music at his expense, end quote. And music? As a result, Eldon is asking for $150,000 in damages from each of the 15 defendants. These include the surviving band members Dave Grohl and Chris Novoselic, Kurt Cobain's former spouse Courtney Love, the manager of Cobain's estate, photographer Kurt Weddle, and art director Robert Fisher. Now, a new interview with Dave Grohl marks the first time that any of the surviving band members have publicly addressed the lawsuit. Speaking to the Sunday Times over the weekend, the Nirvana band member hinted that there are plans to, and I quote, alter, end quote, the album cover ahead of its forthcoming 30th anniversary. I quote again, I have many ideas of how we should alter that cover, but we'll see what happens. We'll let you know. I'm sure we'll come up with something good, end quote, Grohl said. Since the lawsuit was filed in August, the band have announced plans to release a special edition of Nevermind to mark its 30th anniversary. Pre-orders for the release are currently available on Nirvana's website, although Eldon's image remains uncensored. This comes after Maggie Maybe, a lawyer for Eldon, told the Associated Press that the cover star wants the artwork to be censored for any future releases, explaining that, and I quote, if there is a 30th anniversary release, he wants the entire world not to see his genitals, end quote. When prompted to comment on the lawsuit itself, Grohl said, and I quote, I think that there's much more to look forward to and much more to life than getting bogged down in those kinds of things, end quote. Although he did add that he fortunately doesn't have to deal with the paperwork. The original cover shoot came about when Kirk Weddle, the photographer, reached out to his friends to ask if he could photograph their son while he was working on the artwork, and despite the cover being shot by a friend of Eldon's parents, the legal documents allege that the family never signed a release authorizing the use of their son's image. Discussing the famous artwork in 2008, Eldon's father, Rick Eldon, told NPR that he was offered $200 for the shoot, which reportedly lasted about 15 seconds. He claimed that he forgot about the photo until 3 months later when he saw the cover art on the wall of Tower Records on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. 3 decades since its release, the album has sold over 30 million copies worldwide, and Eldon has recreated the cover while wearing swimming trunks several times to mark its 10th, 20th, and 25th anniversaries.
And just like Dragon Buddy said in the chat here, screw that guy. He spent years riding the wave, and now they won't give him money for his art.
And while it currently remains to be seen whether or not the band will make changes to the cover for its re-release next month, something tells us that its original cover star won't be recreating the artwork this time around.
Yeah, I agree, Jack. I agree, Dragon Buddy. He rode the wave of the damn album cover.
Well, yeah, I mean, he even got a tattoo of it.
Yeah, I mean, and now he wants, yeah, it's bullcrap.
Well, yeah. All right, now we'll get into another one. How about 11 surprising facts about Nirvana's Nevermind for its 30th anniversary release? Let's see how surprising these are. Spit it out, Scott. On September 24th, 1991, a relatively unknown rock band from Aberdeen, Washington. Holy shit, I didn't know that. What? You're watching the chat, aren't you?
Yes, Hector offered to help recreate the album cover free of charge.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You want to move that just a little bit? All right. One thing, I just did not realize the band was from Aberdeen, Washington.
I don't either.
You know who else is from Aberdeen, Washington, right?
Brian Danielson.
Right. Who's currently on
AEW.
Anyways, they released its second album and first on a major label. Fucking start talking about somebody posing nude for recreating the damn album cover, and I'm friggin' also start talking about labor. Shit. I guess I'll
need a photographer, please.
Oh, Lord. What happened next radically changed the face of pop music, and what do you mean pop music? It changed all music and altered the cultural landscape for years to come. The group, of course, was Nirvana, and the album was Nevermind, an irresistible amalgam of youthful angst and loud guitar dynamics that signals the ascendance of grunge. Led by the world-beating single "Smells Like Teen Spirit," Nevermind sold in droves. Killed hair. No, okay, you really can't say it killed it, because if it killed it, it wouldn't be around today. So it really didn't kill it. It ended hair metal because we were all ready for a fucking change. Let's get it right there, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
To Mr. Who are you? Sammy Hussein. Dude, Samir Hussein. I'm sorry. It didn't kill hair metal. We were tired of hair metal. Sorry.
Yeah, because it was.
Sorry to tell you. Even I was tired of hair. Even though I bought Guns N' Roses 30th anniversary, I was already tired of Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
I was tired of Warrant. I was tired of it all because it was the same shit coming out of LA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You know, LA become Loserville.
Yeah, exactly.
By the 90s.
Exactly.
Okay. So when Nirvana came out, it was like, oh my God, a breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
You know, so if it killed it, it wouldn't be around today.
That's true.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's true.
Anyways, kickstarted the alt-rock revolution. Again, you can call it alternate rock because it's alternative hair metal, but other than that, it was still rock and roll or punk. Made a superstar of troubled Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain. In honor of the album's 30th anniversary, here are 11 facts about Nirvana's magnum opus. Nevermind was released on the same day as several other classic albums. If you went to your local Sam Goody and Tower Records on September 24th, 1991, there's a good chance you blew your entire allowance on CDs. In addition to Nevermind, the new release shelf that day would have featured Soundgarden's Bad Motorfinger, Red Hot Chili Peppers' Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and a tribe called Quest, Below, and Theory. That's fucking true.
Yeah.
Number 2, the album wasn't originally going to be called Nevermind. Nirvana's working title for their sophomore LP was Sheep.
I'm glad they changed that.
This was apparently a snide commentary about the people who might buy the album, as Cobain drafted some ad copy in his journal that read, and I quote, "Because you want to, not because everyone else is," end quote. Bass player Chris Novoselic has said that the title was a reflection of the band's cynicism. 3, Geffen had low expectations for Nevermind.
Go figure.
I think Geffen had low expectations for Appetite.
Yeah.
When Nirvana came out, Geffen shipped a mere 46,521 copies to American retail outlets. The label was hoping to sell 250,000 copies, the same as Sonic Youth had with 1990's Goo. The upper level predictions were that Nevermind would achieve gold status and move 500,000 units. Then Smells Like Teen Spirit hit and blew all sales predictions out the window. At the peak of Nirvana mania, why in the 80s or even the early 90s did everything have to be Atomania to it? Why did we always have to go back to that old Vince McMahonism of like WrestleMania?
I have no idea.
I mean, I guess not. Wait, you know what? No, wait. I'll pump the brakes on that. I'm gonna sidebar on that. Okay. You know what? Vince McMahon stole it from the fucking Beatles.
Yeah.
Because there was Beatlemania. I forgot about that.
Exactly.
Anyways, Nirvana Mania. The album was selling 300,000 copies per week.
Yes.
By 1999, it had been certified 10 times platinum in the United States. All told, it has sold more than 300 million copies worldwide. 4, Nevermind topped the charts and toppled the King of Pop.
Yeah.
On January 11th, 1992, Nevermind hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 album chart. In reaching this summit, the LP dethroned Michael Jackson's Dangerous, which had held the pole position for 4 consecutive weeks. It was a symbolic victory for both Nirvana and the rising alternative rock movement. Though Nevermind was unseated a week later by country superstar Garth Brooks' Rope in the Wind, the year's top album, Nevermind returned to the top of the chart for one more week in February 92, right before Brooks reigned for another 8 straight weeks.
Wow.
Rope in the Wind ain't that good.
No, but I'm just...
Rope in the Wind is not that great of an album.
Hey!
It's got some good songs on there, but honestly, when you go look at his back catalog, I know where I'm sidebarring for a minute in Garth Brooks, because that's what I do. No Offense is fucking better than Rope in the Wind. That's my opinion, but actually it's the truth. Anyways, 5.
Whatever.
We just talked about him, but we'll talk about him again. The baby on the cover of Nevermind is all grown up and litigious. Cobain began brainstorming ideas for the Nevermind cover after watching a documentary about underwater births. He originally wanted to use an actual photo of a water birth, but the record label wasn't too psyched about the graphic image. So Nirvana went with Plan B, the album's now iconic image of a naked baby swimming toward a dollar bill on a fishhook. Photographer Kirk Weddle chose as his cover star 4-month-old Spencer Eldon, the son of a friend. Eldon's family was reportedly paid $200 for the 15-second shoot, and as of 2016, Eldon had never met any members of Nirvana. In August 20, we just went over this. He says, "Hey, so since this guy is suing Nirvana, does that mean Weird Al can sue himself?"
I guess because his cover is similar to Nirvana's.
Right, it's because it's called Off the Deep End.
Yeah.
Where Weird Al sue himself.
I don't know.
I wish we could get an interview with Weird Al.
I know.
Number 6, Dave Grohl isn't the only drummer heard on Nevermind.
Okay.
I'm sure if I had my liner notes out, I could look at it. But in April 1990, before signing with a major label, Nirvana went to Madison, Wisconsin, and made a series of demo recordings with producer Butch Vig at Smart Studios. At the time, the lineup still included drummer Chad Channing, who wound up leaving a few months later. Channing was replaced by Dave Grohl, who played on virtually all of Nevermind, but Channing's ride cymbal can be heard on the acoustic ballad Polly, a holdover from the Smart Studio sessions.
Oh, wow.
Number 7, a Nevermind outtake became a proper release for Hole. Speaking of it, do you know who Hole is?
No.
That's Courtney Love's band.
Okay.
Back then, okay? During sessions for the Nevermind at Sound City in Los Angeles, Nirvana worked on 4 songs that didn't make the final album. One of them was Old Age, a tune the band recorded quickly and abandoned after adding a guitar overdub. Butch Vig never even mixed the track. Cobain's wife, Courtney Love, wrote new lyrics and recorded Old Age with her band Hole as a B-side for the 1993 single Beautiful Sun. Hole released a second version of the song as B-side of 1955's Violet. A snippet of this rendition can be heard during the intro for Credit in the Straight World, a Young Marble Giants cover included on Hole's 1994 blockbuster sophomore album, Live Through This. Number 8, Lithium was a real bear to record.
I figured that. Just
most of the songs on Nevermind were completed in 2 or 3 takes. Lithium was the exception. After 3 or 4 misfires, a furious Cobain shifted gears unexpectedly and led the band through Endless Nameless, a caustic tune that would be released as a hidden bonus track on later pressings of Nevermind. When they were finished, Cobain smashed his guitars to bits, effectively ending the day's sessions. Cobain wasn't the only one struggling with Lithium. Big suggested that Grohl play to a click track, a metronome tool that drummers use to maintain a steady tempo. This devastated Grohl, who feared he'd never be good enough to be a session drummer. That night, Grohl went home with Big's drum machine, another useful way to help keep or not useful way to keep tempo. And the next day, he knocked out Lithium perfectly on the first take.
Wow.
For millions of listeners. What the hell did I just skip? Oh, I did. My bad. Number 9. Cobain didn't think Smells Like Teen Spirit rocked very hard. For millions of listeners, Smells Like Teen Spirit was a furious rock anthem that exploded out of the speakers and made everything else on MTV sound puny, and consequently, by comparison, the song's author heard it differently. And I quote, "It's such a perfect mixture of cleanliness and nice, candy-ass production. It may be extreme to some people who aren't used to it, but I think it's kind of lame myself," end quote. Cobain told biographer Michael Asriard. That's fucking... He thought it was candy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what? But see, there's a thing right there, though, Kim.
Uh-huh.
That's what makes a damn good musician.
Oh, yeah.
If he don't like it and it's what is getting released, that means he thinks it could have been made even harder and better.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what makes a damn good musician and a damn good. And that's why some of these artists fucking become, superstars.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, well, look at the perfectionist that Axl Rose became during Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And then look what happened.
Yeah.
Look what Bob Rock did for Metallica.
Yes.
Bob Rock was a fucking perfectionist.
Yes, he was.
Bob Rock, Brigan's like, no, this isn't the way it needs to be. Yeah. No, Kurt Hammett can't lay down a lame ass fucking guitar solo for this song. Yeah. He needs to do his fucking homework and lay something hard down.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, all these albums came out in 91. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very crazy.
Number 10, Nevermind cost more than 200 times what its predecessor did. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
The original budget for Nevermind was $65,000, but by the time Nirvana wrapped up sessions at Sound City, they reportedly spent $120,000.
Wow.
While this wasn't a massive sum compared to other major label albums being made at the time, it was roughly 200 times more than the $600 Nirvana spent making the debut album, 1989's Bleach. Well, of course. I mean, what Motley Crue I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but I think they spent like roughly maybe $1,000 on Too Fast for Love. Anyways, number 11, a final one. Nevermind was mixed by a guy who had worked with Slayer and, are you ready for this? Madonna.
Oh, wow.
Butch Vig was very successful at eliciting strong performances from the band, but when it came time to mix the record, he ran into some problems. And I quote, "I was just going to mix it really straightforward, but the band came to all the mixing sessions, and honestly, they didn't really know at the time how to mix. Kurt kept coming up to the board saying, I want it to sound more like Black Sabbath, and turn the treble off on everything, and it sounded like shit," end quote, Vic told Billboard. The band's management suggested they consider an outside mixer. When looking at a list of potential candidates, Cobain selected Andy Wallace, since he engineered albums for thrash metal god Slayer. As Vic points out, Cobain probably didn't realize Wallace had also remixed some tunes for Madonna.
Oh, wow.
And there's your 11 things you may or may have not known about Nirvana's Nevermind album.
It looks like Tom's off to work.
Tom, you have a good night at work, dude. Do not get hurt, whatnot. Just enjoy your evening, sir. Okay, so actually, I just killed that one because that was, what was this one again? This is pretty much the same fucking thing. Yeah, 10 packs. Yeah, so I can kill that one. So well, there's a way to kill this shit. I don't remember how. What? Oh. Well, look at you, smart ass. Somebody's a smart ass. Somebody knows how to use their fucking tablet while somebody else don't. Yeah, this one ain't working. Oh, well, it don't matter. I got too many tabs open up anyways. All right, anyways. One more before we, well, actually got a couple more. Well, yeah, yeah. This one's gonna be sweet and whatever the fuck. LA Times on September 24th this year, written by Charles R. Cross. The headline reads this: I never talk about Nevermind. Courtney Love on Nirvana album that changed everything.
Okay.
What she can do? Fucking blame Nevermind for killing Kurt?
Oh, I'm sure.
And I quote, I'm very firmly in the club that says In Bloom should have been the first single from the album, end quote, Courtney Love says. She is speaking about Nevermind, Nirvana's 30 million selling album released 30 years ago on Friday. Love contends, actually it was on that day, so on Friday. Love contends that Nirvana's dizzying fame and that her husband Kurt Cobain might have at least been slowed if In Bloom had been released before the album's epical Smells Like Teen Spirit. And she continues, In Bloom is a far better song. And I quote, but I will admit I am in a sparsely populated club on this, end quote. Love rarely addressed Nevermind in the last 3 decades. Once she and Cobain began to date in 91, the album's runaway success became part of her world too. Nevermind was Nirvana's second album and its major debut, yet no one, certainly not Kurt nor Courtney, not Geffen Records, had an expectation that Nevermind would achieve what it did. The label pressed fewer than 500 or 50,000 copies to start. When her boyfriend became the biggest star in music, it was hard for Love to negotiate her own space. Her band Hole released its debut album, Pretty on the Inside, just a week before Nevermind. She and Kurt married in Hawaii in February 92. Love says one of their first fights was when Kurt was rude to Stephen Stills backstage at a Honolulu show 2 days before the wedding. And I quote, you got to be nice to your elders. Everyone had their day and they've seen that day in you, end quote, Love says. Love, who is 57 now, has spent the pandemic in London making a new album, doting on her Pometarian and reading heart-craning poetry. When Cobain died from suicide in 94, Love became a widow, but also one of the stewards of his legacy, working with her daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, and the other Nirvana members, Chris and Dave Grohl, now leader of the Foo Fighters. She sued the two in 2001 over finances, but settled, and they all appeared together on stage at Nirvana's 2014 induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That induction, I agree with. There's some other ones I don't.
I know.
Some aspects of this state, Love says, have been a legal travesty, but it's held together with spit, glue, and skillful diplomacy. Love says she often gets asked about Nirvana by random people in train stations. She used to reply that she wasn't in the band just to not have to talk about a painful subject. I quote, I'm trying to navigate between what is reality triggering and what is not, end quote, she says. During a 3-hour Zoom call over 2 days, she says it is not likely she will revisit a discussion of Nevermind ever again. And so I guess this is where they asked her a bunch of questions, but
apparently it's just what you said. She blamed
Courtney being Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney being Courtney, and blaming the album's success for her husband committing suicide.
Yeah,
basically is what it is.
Pretty much.
She's a.
No, be nice.
That's.
What did you just say?
Okay,
it's held together by the gum that got in her hair back in 04. Oh God! You know, I've only heard a few whole songs, and most of them have been covers.
Yes.
Like she did "Gold Dust Woman" for, God damn it, the Second Crow soundtrack. They did that one. Like I said, I've only heard a couple songs by Hole. I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, her best work is probably The People versus Larry Flint.
Yeah, exactly.
Starring Woody Harrelson as Larry Flint.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you say Courtney Love, the first thing everybody mostly thinks is, okay, that drug-riddled, crazy ass ex-wife of Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, exactly.
Who, I mean, I'm surprised he still actually has any control over the estate because I thought that all went to Francis.
I did too.
But I guess she still has some control over the estate, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Oh well, no. She had to get clean and prove herself to be something. That's how she got partial control about it back. I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, shall we get on to this?
Yes.
Well, actually, I want one more article because I just found this one. It was actually written on September 24th. And of course, this one is called Friday Essay. Nirvana 30 years on. How Nirvana's second album tilted the world on its axis. And I fucking agree with that title. It was written by, of course, this one's on my phone, so I can't. Dean Byron, Queensland University of Technology. For many of us, back in 1991, it felt as if the planet tilted slightly further on its axis when Smells Like Teen Spirit, the lead single from Nirvana's Nevermind album, began to dominate the airwaves. The song's compelling fusion of blast furnace punk, whimsical melody, and inscrutable lyrics was unlike anything else commercial radio had embraced up to that point. On Friday, September 24th, marked the 30th anniversary of the release of Nevermind, materializing apparently out of nowhere. Within 4 months, the album had shoved its way to the top of the U.S. charts, dislodging Michael Jackson's Dangerous in January of 92, and did almost as well in Australia, reaching number 2. Nevermind, of course, has gone on to becoming a recording phenomenon with over 30 million copies sold to date. Nobody saw this coming, not at least the bands. We went over this. Mm-hmm. Nirvana formed in 1987 in the lodging and fishing town of Aberdeen, Washington, featuring guitarist, vocalist, and principal songwriter Kurt Cobain, bass player Chris Novoselic, and Nirvana's see, that's where he fucked up, and new drummer Dave Grohl. Well, we know that's wrong.
Yeah.
Because we read the article before that
Chad
Channing was in the band before Dave.
Yeah.
And Dave didn't come in until during Nevermind.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the guy's trying to do an essay, so I guess I shouldn't bust his balls that bad. But
yeah.
If you're gonna write an article about a band, you better have the fucking facts right.
Good night, Chantal.
Chantal, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah.
And yes, we will definitely catch you on Thursday's Press Play show.
Well, you will. I won't be able to watch it.
Well, Kim.
I have to work.
Kim's got to work.
Unfortunately.
But I'll watch it. I'll be in the chat. I'm sure Luna Girl will be in the chat too.
I'm sure she will.
Anyways, obviously it's instantly identified by its cover image. We already went over that. It included 3 more frantic, fragile singles. Mm-hmm. Okay. Come As You Are, Lithium and In Bloom, as well as 2 haunted acoustic tracks. Polly, what the fuck? I love big words.
Where are you?
A repudiation. That's what it is. Repudiation.
Repudiation
of sexual violence, and the cello bade something in a way which alluded to homelessness. Well, yeah. A range of factors converged to drop Nevermind into the mainstream with Nirvana. Oh, okay. A range of factors converged to drop Nirvana into the mainstream with Nevermind. Certainly the quality of songs helped. So the Teen Spirit's incendiary video, which conveyed generational empathy through robotic cheerleaders, a swarm of convulsive teens, and a wizened school janitor, Cobain having held down just such a job for a short time. Significant too were the many post-punk musicians who in the 1980s shaped what Nirvana biographer Michael Azrod subsequently termed a shadow music industry, the underground faction of American bands, Minutemen, Husker Du, Dinosaur Jr., Mudhoney, Sonic Youth, and others forged a crucial alternative do-it-yourself aesthetic pathway through the ultra-conservative Reagan-Bush era.
Hello, Charles.
Sometimes important art takes time to inject itself into the bloodstream of culture. While the Velvet Underground are acknowledged as a pivotal force in early rock music, at the time their records had limited critical cachet and sold poorly. With Nevermind, however, audiences caught on quickly, leaving cultural commentators scrambling to hook onto a hurtling Zeitgeist. 3 stars from Rolling Stone.
Oh.
Bass guitarist Kirk has since spoken diversely of many journalists who initially mocked Nevermind before later claiming they loved it from the start. In hindsight, this seems slightly exaggerated. Some publications did completely overlook the record at first. A few came in with fists flaying. The Boston Globe referred it to as, and I quote, moronic ramblings, end quote. Others, though, were persistent in their praise. Melody makers Everett True prophesied Nevermind would, and I quote, blow every other contender away, end quote. Renowned author Grail Marcus expressed a surprising preference for Nirvana's murky debut album Bleach, while Chad Channing, the drummer replaced by Grohl to make Nevermind, complained the record's major label scene wasn't true grunge. But the most revealing response came from Rolling Stone magazine, whose initial reviewer, Ira Robbins, was one of the smarter music writers of the time. He concluded that Nevermind found Nirvana, and I quote, at the crossroads, scrappy garage land warriors setting their sights on the land of the giants, end quote. The magazine's editors hedged even more bets by adding a 3-star rating. The rock press equivalent of co-signing a record to an eternal meteor. Oh my God.
Anyway, Charles is here from Conversations.
Hey, Charles. Mediocrity.
Damn, mediocrity. Yeah, mediocrity.
I'm tired. Rolling Stone eventually yielded to popular sentiment. In 1992, there was a revised 4-star review. Then in 2004, Nevermind's standing was upgraded even further, a 5-star ranking in that year's Rolling Stone album guide.
Oh, wow.
So, 92, they revised it to it originally came out as a 3-star rating. Then they jumped it up to a 4-star rating. And in 92, and it took 12 years later to finally come up to a 5-star rating.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta be kidding me. Really?
Well, yeah.
That is why I hate critics.
Yeah.
That's why I don't listen to movie critics.
Yeah.
That's why I never listen to album critics. Never. Oh my gosh.
Yes, we have a live chat. We have quite a few people in the chat today.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get on to this a little bit more, Kim. Like we've been talking about Nirvana. Nirvana is the second studio album by American rock. They call it, on Wikipedia, they call it American rock band, but whatever. They are a rock band. Nirvana, released on September 24th, 1991 by DGC Records, or better known as David Geffen Company Records.
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead and break this down. We're going to talk about each of the songs. So, are you guys ready for a little breakdown?
Huh.
Oh, actually, before we do that breakdown, let's go ahead and give some concessions here. It was recorded April 1990, May 2nd through the 19th, and June of 91. Studios were Sound City in Van Nuys, California.
Yes.
And also Smart Studios in Madison, Wisconsin. The genre is considered grunge alternative rock. The album length is 42 minutes, 36 seconds, but with the hidden track is 59 minutes and 15 seconds. The singles from this album were obviously Smells Like Teen Spirit, released September 10th, 1991. Come As You Are, released March 2nd, 1992. Lithium, released July 13th, 1992. And In Bloom, released November 30th, 1992.
Yeah.
Not background. I want members real quick. Personnel. There it is. While Nirvana is Kurt Cobain, credited for the monkey photo as Kurt Cobain. Vocals, guitars, and photography, Chris Novoselic, credited as Chris Novoselic. Just Chris is Krist, while he was just spelled like regular Chris, Chris. Anyways, bass and vocals on the intro of Territorial Pissings, and Dave Grohl drums and backing vocals. Additional musicians included Chad Channing, cymbals on Polly, uncredited, drums, he did the drums on the Smart Studio Sessions Deluxe Edition. Kurt Channing, cello on Something in the Way, technical staff and artwork, Craig, I'm not even going to go over all these motherfuckers. charts in the, here we go. Where the hell is the United States? 1991, U.S. All right. Here we go. Yeah, United States. The United States Billboard Top 200, obviously number one. See anything else here? No, that's 20th album. We're not worried about 20th. Trying to see if they had any sales or total sales or whatever the fuck. I'm not seeing total sales on here. Oh, certifications. There we go. Obviously, in the United States, it was been certified. It should be certified more than that by now. Certified diamond for, at that time, 10.6 million, but we know it's up to 30 million, so it's three. So actually, at that point there, it's 3 times diamond.
Yeah, it is.
So at the current being sold over 30 million copies right now, it is actually 10 times diamond because you get diamond every 10 million copies.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, it's 3 times diamond.
Yeah.
That is fucking awesome. Anyways, what's up? Oh, you ready?
I'm ready anytime you are.
Anytime I am.
Yep.
Well, the good thing about this show is we don't have a peace sign. We don't have to go. We don't go pee during the show. Oh wait, yeah, you do. You have to go pee during the show? Or are you good?
Well, I think I may have to go visit it.
God damn it, really? I swear I really gotta get that made up.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. This commercial you recorded in college is on a cassette tape. Make it on digital, and every time you have to go pee during the show, I just play it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I think I can.
All right. After their debut album, Bleach, sent shockwaves throughout the world of alternative music. Nirvana's 1991 follow-up, Nevermind, was the Washington Noisemakers.
Yeah.
Really? And by the way, this track by track breakdown comes from Crane. And as y'all know from the 30th anniversary of Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, we know that Mick Wall Crane was named in the song Get in the Ring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they've been ripping off the fucking kids who are paying their hard money, printing last start controversy, antagonizing me, motherfucker. Get in the ring, motherfucker. Not kick your bitch in the little ass, punk.
Yeah.
Still can do it. I didn't do it completely, but I did most of it. Anyways, Washington Noisemakers elevated to iconic status. From the game-changing opening track to the infectious In Bloom, from the Morse Polly to the depressive Something in the Way, Nevermind changed the sound of not only in grunge, but rock music forever. Kurt Cobain's songwriting had evolved into the voice of a generation, and a new addition of Dave Grohl on drums provides an even more frantic punk energy to Nirvana's inimitable sound. Here we look back at one of the greatest albums of all time, examining each song in depth, even the hidden track, Endless and Nameless, from later pressings. Track 1.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Kurt later said that when he sat down to pen the track that secured Nirvana their unexpected crossover into mainstream, he was trying to write, and I quote, the ultimate pop song.
End quote.
End quote. Kurt's main influence had been the Pixies, telling Rolling Stone, and I quote, I connect with that band so heavily. We use their sense of dynamics, being soft and quiet, and then loud and hard, end quote. Indeed, Chris Novoselic worried that the song was too pickish, telling Kurt, and I quote, people are really going to nail us for it, end quote. Lyrically, Teen Spirit painted an ambivalent portrait of the indie rock revolutionaries he lived alongside in Olympia. Its title drawing upon memories of a night of uncivil disobedience with his friend Kathleen Hanna, who fronted Bikini Kill, her insurrectionary and brilliant riot girl band with Toby Vell. Kathleen later recalled that in August of 1990, fueled by a bottle of Canadian Club whiskey, and I quote, angry young feminists decided we'd do a little public service, end quote, and graffitied the exterior of a teen pregnancy center, which had just opened in town and was, in fact, and I quote, a front for a right-wing operation telling teenage girls they'd go to hell if they had abortions, end quote. She wrote, fake abortion clinic, everyone on the walls, while Kurt added in 6-foot high red letters, God is gay, mission accomplished. They continued drinking and ended up at Kurt's apartment, where Kathleen scrawled lots of graffiti on his walls, including the words, Kurt smells like Teen Spirit, a deodorant brand. And I quote, Kurt called me up 6 months later and he said, and I quote, hey, do you remember that night? There's a thing you wrote on my wall. It's actually quite cool and I want to use it, end quote, Kathleen said. It was one of the last songs written before Nirvana traveled to California to record Nevermind. Kirk sending producer Butch Vig a cassette of its demo a week ahead of the sessions, and I quote, it was a boombox recording of a rehearsal, end quote, Butch remembered to Kuring. And I quote, Kurt introduced it by saying, hey Butch, we got some new songs for you. And we also got Dave Grohl. He's the best drummer in the world, end quote. Then they clicked into Teen Spirit.
Really?
If you want to, go ahead.
You're in the middle of a quote. Stop. Read. Oh, by the way, it's Novoselic.
Novoselic. Sorry.
Oh, no. Kelly was just like this. No.
Oh, Novoselic. Oh.
See? So don't get all butthurt.
I'm not. I don't even remember where I was.
Exactly, Charles. The raw energy of the album enhances lyrics. You don't remember where you were at?
Okay. Then they clicked into Teen Spirit with a scratchy guitar at the start. It was so fucking distorted, I could barely hear anything. But underneath the fuzz, I could hear hello, hello melodies and chord structures. And even though the recording was terrible, I was super excited.
End quote.
End quote.
Just before the recording session, Nirvana played through their songs at a nearby rehearsal space. And I quote, it blew me away. It was the first time I heard Dave Grohl play live, and it sounded so amazing. I was floored when I heard it. I remember pacing around thinking, oh my God, this sounds crazy intense, end quote. Butch recalled. To give Teen Spirit proper emphasis, Butch wanted to use some studio trickery, though Kurt was typically reluctant. And I quote, I said, Kurt, I want you to double track the guitars and vocals to really make this jump out of the speakers. He thought it was cheating, especially with his vocals. So I had him do multiple vocal takes, and he sang them so consistently I could run them at the same time as a double track, and it really made the song sound powerful, end quote. Vic said. What's your first thoughts, Kim, on the first time you heard Smells Like Teen Spirit? What did you think?
Yeah, I liked it.
Something like that. I mean, I can hear it in my head. I just can't fucking.
Yeah. I liked it.
Dude, all I know is for me it was this fucking it was a fucking change of pace.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it was honestly for me it was like going like back to the like 70s a little bit with punk. You know, like with Sex Pistols. And you know, some of them punk bands that, you know, were in the 70s, and then mentioned all some ones that were in the 80s, early 80s. And obviously I wasn't around, you know, I wasn't really listening to those bands at that time. And for me, that's what Nirvana came across as to me, was this fucking punk band. And I love, like Charles mentioned in the chat, you know, I love the rawness. I mean, it just felt raw. It didn't feel like it was overdubbed, overproduced. It just felt like the whole album was raw.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's shocking to go like, you know, here, like they were fucking struggling with lithium. You know, 'cause honestly, the whole album really sounds like it was like a fucking one take.
Yeah.
And let alone to hear that they did some double tracking on Smells Like Teen Spirit is crazy.
Yeah.
Charles, I think a lot has spent a long time seeing these lyrics wrong. I mean, hell, hence why Weird Al came out, Smells Like Nirvana, which is kind of ironic because I remember when when Weird Al did that, Kurt did an interview saying, "We fucking made it." Weird Al wants to do a parody of one of us. We fucking made it.
That's...
Like he, you think about it, you had Michael Jackson, Beat It and Bad, were Eat It and Fat.
Madonna's like a virgin,
like a surgeon, but that wasn't as big.
Yeah.
But then Weird Al fucking wants to do Smells Like Teen Spirit into Smells Like Nirvana, and even go after the even to make the music video the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fucking crazy. But yeah, Kurt thought he's like, oh my God, we fucking, at that point he knew they made it.
Oh yeah.
Which is fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing you look forward to at least some artists.
Yeah.
Because then get Coolio and
yeah,
and even Eminem fucking freaked out.
I know.
When fucking Weird Al did one of his songs. He said, okay, you can do it, but you can't make a fucking music video towards it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Weird Al wants to do a fucking parody of your goddamn song. Think of it as a fucking homage.
Yeah.
That you have made it to the big time, bitch.
Exactly.
In my opinion. Yes. It came out with different exactly, GB. It came out with a different sound. The Northeast was alive with hardcore scene, and that genre bending like with punk was the shit. Exactly. The thing was, even in small town Nevada where I grew up, we got, obviously, I had friends who had MTV because our parents had the big ass satellite dishes in their fucking yard. Most of them lived out what we call the hilltop area, which is, your rural, your non-town area, your outside of town area. But a lot of my friends had fucking MTV, so there was a lot of times where I'd give them a videotape, say, record all of Headbangers Ball for me.
Yes, exactly.
And then that week I'd get that Monday I'd get the fucking tape back. And fucking Monday, Monday night I'd fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Even if Monday Night Football was on, I'd be like, fuck this shit. I'm watching the Headbangers Ball from the previous week. And a lot of times when a lot of the songs that were constantly being played on there were constantly showing up, I just like, okay, no, I'm not want to hear this. I want to hear this. And then fucking, I remember when Smells Like Teen Spirit came on there. I was like, what the fuck is this? And where can I get it?
Yeah.
And then luckily for me, I knew a guy in our small town that ran a fucking music store. And we had just talked about some new bands. He had the opportunity again to get the album. I remember him showing it to me, and I thought, well, why don't you just get a few copies? He did. He picked up five copies of cassette and 5 copies of CD, which is actually hard to do for a smaller mom and pop. But he did. He got them, and he held 1 CD back for me, so he only gonna have 4 on the shelf because he knew I was buying 1. And when he called me up and said the motherfucker was in, I ran down there and bought it, went straight home and put it in. Because obviously back then I had a portable CD player, but with the bumps in town on the road, and it's fucking everything skipped.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have like an in-dash CD player. It was a portable one that you use the fucking cassette adapter, right?
Oh yeah.
See, what I should have done is actually bought the fucking cassette too.
Yes. That
way I could have listened to it going home.
Could have.
I didn't think about it. At that time I was done buying cassettes. I was all about CDs.
Yes.
So I was done with cassettes. I didn't need the little cassette tapes anymore.
Yes.
Only cassette tapes I wanted were the fucking recordables.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways. It was because of Nirvana that Swede went out and bought his first CD. Right there.
Yeah. Well, and then Charles pointed out, too, it was amazing to think that the groundswell of the grunge scene with Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains were around the same time.
Right. And then eventually you add in Stone Temple Pilots into that.
Yeah.
And the thing was like me and Kim, it was last night.
Yes.
We were listening to we listened to Nevermind again. First time I listened to it in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started looking at some of the bands. With Apple, you can go down and look at all the other bands. I'm just looking at all the other fucking bands that came out that time and going, oh my God, I was so into this fucking scene.
Uh-huh.
I really was. I was really into the scene because, again, 91, I just graduated high school.
Yes.
And I was still rebellious.
Oh, yeah.
I was very rebellious at that time.
Uh-huh.
Not rebellious enough to go fucking LA and try to start a band, but hey.
Yeah. And BMG
and Columbia House was dumb enough to give me.
Selling cassettes and
Dude,
CDs for $4.
I don't even want to talk about how much money I owe. How many times I re-signed up for I signed up for BMG. Well, actually, I signed up for RCA first before they went to BMG. Signed up for Columbia House a few hundred times. Changing names.
Ashley and Brandy's in here now.
Hey, Ashley and Brandy. Welcome. And BMG. We won't even go in there. I remember the first time I did RCA, my mom about lost her shit.
Uh-huh.
Right. And they sent me how they send you that monthly cassette if you don't send the thing back in time? They sent the cassette. I didn't know what it was. Well, I thought, you could open the fucking open it up, not open the actual cassette.
Uh-huh.
You could open it up, look at it, then put it back in and reseal it, right?
No.
But the cool part was on that cassette there was ACDC's Who Made Who.
Yeah.
So then, while I'm working doing my chores to pay my mom for this cassette that she has to pay for, right? Because she was pissed I signed that one that they let me sign up as an underage kid.
Uh-huh.
2, I opened this fucking cassette. So now I had to do extra chores to get it done. She ends up opening it up, listening to Who Made Who. And it's telling me how cool she's not really crazy about the guitars or the singer, but she likes the drum beat. Like, fuck. You're not supposed to like my music. Blind Melon, exactly. Ashley and Brandy, yes. Let's go on to track 2. In Bloom. The band had worked on In Bloom during the Smart Studio sessions with Butch for the mooted second Sub Pop album, which ended up serving as a dry run for Nevermind. When they returned to the track for the sessions at California Sound City Studios, it was the first song they worked on for the album. And I quote, I was familiar with it because we worked on it for Sub Pop. I thought it would be good to start with a song where I was familiar with the arrangements, end quote, Butch told VH1 Classic Albums. The band had changed since the Smart Studio sessions. However, with the arrival of Dave, Grohl, on the drum stool, and not only did he bring a powerhouse drumming style light years ahead of Chad Channing's grungy rumble, he was also capable of delivering harmonies to Kurt's lead vocals, which he first tried out on In Bloom's woozy, summery chorus, lending the song to its high notes. Not that they necessarily became easily to the future Foo Fighters frontman, and I quote, he had trouble hitting those stratospheric notes.
Stratospheric.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Kim. But if he blow a take, he'd just take a drag on his cigarette and try again. Many takes later, Mick got what he wanted. End quotes. That was by the biographer. It said the biographer Michael Azrad. I'm struggling now.
Azrad.
All right. The finished track.
The finished track delivered one of Nevermind's most infectious pop moments. The lyrics take a cynical pot shot at the new fans who'd begun following the band after the underground success of Bleach, who just wanted to sing along with all our pretty songs. A message delivered ironically via one of Kurt's most sing-alongable tunes. And with no idea how the cadre of Fairweather fans would swell following Nevermind's breakthrough. Biographer Charles R. Cross, meanwhile, contends that the song was a thinly disguised portrait of Kurt's friend and drug buddy, Dylan Carlson, the gun-loving noisier behind drone metal pioneers Earth, who later served as Kurt's best man and bought him the shotgun he used to kill himself.
Okay. Number 3, Come As You Are. I remember when I bought my I think it was my third guitar I had owned. First guitar I'd owned, Mom and Dad, I asked for an electric guitar for Christmas. I got a fucking acoustic. Let's just say that son of a bitch got smashed. Hey, at that time, there was no fucking acoustic in metal. At that time. I was like, oh, hell no.
Okay.
At least I didn't think there was acoustic. There probably was. I just didn't hear it or didn't realize it. Then my second one was a bass guitar because I turned bassist. Then finally, it was like, I want my own electric 6-string. So I got one. Eventually, bought the tab book for Nevermind. Guitar World magazine, and I learned how to play "Come As You Are" on the guitar.
Oh, nice.
Come as you are. Oh my God, I forgot the fucking lyrics. Anyways, though it's nagging hook line, and I swear I don't have a gun, would take on a grim and perhaps unintended meaning in the years following Kurt's suicide. The lyrics to Come As You Are further demonstrate his penchant for oblique but compelling wordplay. And I quote, "We wanted them to be almost like children's songs. We would tell people they were intended to be as simple as possible. Kurt's focus was the melody. He used to say that the music comes first and the lyrics come second," end quote, Dave told VH1's classic albums. The music for Come As You Are did indeed come first, and it has long been argued that the goddamn guitar riff that snakes through the track was inspired by 80s. Would you stop? I already skipped it.
Okay. Go ahead.
You can tell we're fucking married. Right?
Right.
You're about ready to backhand me, aren't you?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Oh, shit. You know where I sleep. I'm in trouble.
That's fine. You're not in trouble.
Oh, God. If you don't hear from me tomorrow, y'all know why.
You're right.
Anyways, the track was inspired by 80s, a 1984 single by black-hearted post-punk legends Killing Joke. The similarity between the tunes made Kurt anxious over plans to release Come As You Are as Nevermind's second single, arguing they should opt for In Bloom instead. And I quote, "Kurt was nervous about Come As You Are because it was too similar to Killing Joke's song, but we all thought it was the better song to go with," end quote. That their Nirvana manager Danny Goldberg told author Carrie Borzillo. In fact, as the campaign for Nevermind began, the group's management imagined Come As You Are had the most potential to cross over to mainstream audiences, not expecting that Smells Like Teen Spirit, planned as the first single to awaken the interest of the faithful and the underground kids, would break through as it did. Why did nobody have fucking faith in fucking Smells Like Teen Spirit?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Good God. Danny admitted that Kurt, and I quote, was right. Killing Joke later did complain about it, though whether the group ever filed a plagiarism lawsuit remains a murky issue, end quote. But Killing Joke's guitarist Geordie Walker was still fuming in 1994, telling Guitarist magazine that the group was, and I quote, very pissed off about that, end quote. Oh, I'm sorry. There's more quotes. "It's obvious to everyone. Our publisher sent their publisher letter saying it was, and they went, boo, never heard of you." Never heard of you. But the hysterical thing about the Nirvana saying that they never heard of us was that they already sent us a Christmas card.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, God. Nirvana were indeed fans of Killing Joke, and
Reapproachment.
Came some years later after Dave met Killing Joke bassist Paul Raven backstage at a Pantera show. Killing Joke frontman Chaz Coleman later sang their song Requiem with Foo Fighters at a gig in New Zealand, and Dave laid down drum tracks for the group's self-titled comeback album in 2003. Come As You Are's single release was accompanied by a promo video shot 2 days before the group left for an Australian tour. While Kurt was attempting to kick heroin that avoided showing his face, Dave later remembered the singer, and I quote, "Looked bad, gray. He just looked sad because he wasn't using," end quote. Charles, have a good night.
Have a good night, Charles. It's Padawan bedtime.
Hey, gotta get the Padawans to bed, man.
Exactly.
Padawans to bed.
Exactly. Okay, Breed.
Track number 4,
Breed.
We're taking forever to get through this.
Yeah, I know we are.
We're going this one longer than we did.
Guns N' Roses.
Usually Losing 1 and 2 has got 30 fucking songs, and it took us not that long. This one's really probably because I love this album more.
Yeah. First recorded for a proposed second album for Sub Pop Sessions, which later served as the demos the group sent to major labels. Breed was originally titled
Imodium.
I know!
In tribute to the anti-laxative.
Yeah, now you know why I was chuckling. Imodium.
It didn't even dawn on me that Imodium, we're talking about Imodium, oh, motherfucker.
Imodium in the tribute to the anti-laxative favored by Tad Doyle of Seattle's Heavies. Tad to combat diarrhea while touring the UK with Nirvana. Tornado forced punk rock. Breed's lyrics, "I don't mind if I don't have a mind. We can plant a house. We can build a tree." Showcased Kurt's gift for crafting witty, purposeful nonsense. Yeah, that's why I was chugging, because I knew what Imodium was.
It fucking even crossed my mind. Probably because I'm fucking somewhat tired. And I have to apologize to Lunar Girl for not being my perky self. I probably fucking fell asleep like almost 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God for coffee.
Exactly.
Anyways, number 5, Lithium. Nevermind relied heavily on a quiet, loud dynamic, and nowhere more so than on Lithium's maniac, depressive fantasy of a man who, possessed by thoughts of suicide, instead joins a religious cult. Sunday mornings is every day for all I care. Kurt later admitted that the song reflected some personal experiences, feeling that death void that the person is feeling, very lonely and sick.
Track 6, Polly. Like Paper Cuts, Polly.
You guys are playing on Discord. Oh, actually, I was in the Red 5 family chat. Actually, yeah, I was also on Discord too, so I will order the fucking place this morning.
Yes, you
and
were.
Afternoon.
Anyways, like Paper Cuts, Polly was inspired by a gruesome story ripped straight out of the pages of a local newspaper. It detailed an attack in Tacoma, Washington in the mid-'80s, where recently paroled rapist Gerald Friend abducted a 14-year-old girl on her way home from a rock concert, suspending her via a pulley from the ceiling of his mobile home and then submitting her to brutal physical and sexual assault. She only managed to escape with her life after he stopped for petrol and she jumped out of his truck. Kurt tells the story from a perspective of the rapist, but don't mistake the empathy for sympathy. This narrative method only helps to make the song all the more unsettling, to make the listener complicit in the horror that unfolds and makes that horror all more visceral. Kurt wrote the song around the same time as About Girl, but kept it on the back burner, reasoning that it wasn't very sub-pop. He later recorded it during the sessions for the aborted second album for that label and re-recorded it for Nevermind, but used the earlier session instead. marking Chad Channing's sole appearance on Nevermind, not that he was credited for it. The group had earlier attempted an electric version of the song during sessions for the Blue EP, but left it unfinished. Another full band version entitled New Wave Polly was recorded for Mark Goodyear's BBC radio show and surfaced on Incesticide. But the song is more powerful in its acoustic incarnation. And I quote, "It's very spare and very haunting. Sometimes the quietest songs are the most intense," Butch Vig told VH1's classic albums. The song also won the admiration of no less a figure than Bob Dylan, who remarked of Kurt, and I quote, "That kid's got heart."
End quote.
End quote.
Yeah. Track 7. Territorial Pissings. I love the titles of some of these songs.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the most unhinged of Nevermind's 3 quasi-hardcore punkers, Kurt achieved the harsh, hissy tone that buzzed and howls throughout Territory Pissings by bypassing his amplifiers and plugging his guitar directly into the mixing desk. An old method for getting a super distorted guitar sound that dated back to the early no-budget days of hardcore and left Butch Vig rolling his eyes, though the song's overdriven in the red roar was nothing to sniff at. In the lyrics, Kurt evoked his childhood fantasy of being an alien stranded on planet Earth, much like the titular hero of E.T., the extraterrestrial. Awaited the return of his real parents to take him back where he belonged, barking, and I quote, "When I was an alien, there was no real narrative to territorial pissings. However, the song serving as a catalog of some of Kurt's finer broken Afroisms never met a wise man. If so, it's a woman. And most famous of all, just because you're paranoid don't mean they're not after you." I don't know why I quoted that. I shouldn't have quoted you that. That's fucking lyrics. The song's intro, meanwhile, saw Chris Novoselic's soul turn at the microphone. By his own admission, a rotten singer, he appears in the song's admirable, deranged opening seconds, yelling the lyrics to the hippie folk standard "Get Together," performed by 60 bands like Jefferson Airplane, H.P. Lovecraft, and most famously the Youngbloods, who scored a U.S. top 5 hit with the song. Exhortations to smile on your brother every day. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Sounding altogether sarcastic in his comedic bellow. However, Chris later argued that his invocation of flower power was more earnest than many listeners and critics took it, saying, and I quote, "I wanted to put some corny hippie idealism into it, but it wasn't that thought through. I like the Youngblood song. Maybe some baby boomer people of an age to have been teens or 20-somethings during the hippie era will hear that and wonder, hey, what happened to those ideals?" End quote. That sense of generational confrontation was reignited when the newly famous band began playing mainstream television shows. The baby boomer producers of said shows, who didn't understand Nirvana and invariably wanted the group to play their crossover hits, but Territorial Pissings allowed the trio to vent their more uncompromising side. Thank you. I'm fucking up half this shit. Supposed to play Lithium during their December 1991 appearance on Channel 4's Tonight with Jonathan Ross, they instead blitzed through Territorial Pissings, while Kurt insisted they play the song as well as Team Spirit when they guested on the influential U.S. variety show Saturday Night Live. The producers fumed when Nirvana trashed their gear at the end of the song, and were positively apologetic when Chris began French kissing his bandmates on camera as the final credits rolled. Take that shit, SNL.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Oh, there you go. Lunar Girl points out that Swede played Territorial Pistons in the senior year talent show.
Oh, wow.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly remembers watching that live. Yeah, I'm sure we didn't get.
Yes.
I'm sure on the West Coast we didn't get anything near that.
No.
I bet that motherfucker was like, "Oh shit,
edited.
Cut it up, cut it up."
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind, Nirvana's not on our show tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We had technical difficulties in New York.
Uh-huh.
We weren't really live from New York.
Yes, exactly.
I always love that. Live from New York 3 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
When I once in a while I would watch Saturday Night Live because some band was going to be on there, or even like fucking Dan Aykroyd's going to be on there, or Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, one of those guys are coming back.
Uh-huh.
Every time it would pop up live from New York, I always add in 3 hours ago.
Exactly.
Because here on the West Coast, everything was fucking 3 hours behind.
Exactly.
We never got that shit live.
No, we didn't.
So by the time we got it, if somebody went on stage and said, "You're all a bunch of motherfuckers," they'd be, "You're all a bunch of beep."
Exactly.
That's why I used to hate watching the award shows.
Well, yeah.
Because, we wouldn't get the fucking, by the time it got to us, it'd all be beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, it would.
And the funny part was like, it was always, they were always like held in LA, right? So it's the middle of the fucking sun, but we don't get to watch it until it's actually dark on the West Coast.
I know, that's bull crap. That was bull crap.
Back then.
Yeah, that was bull crap.
When we did do one of our shows where we actually watched it, we found out that nowadays the shit's actually live.
Yeah, exactly. Yay, they learned.
That's because, but that's because they got a 5-second delay on it.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, by the way, we forgot to bring up?
What?
I'm gonna sidebar this real quick. You didn't know this, but Bubba Wall said shit live on air.
Yeah, I know he did.
Okay.
I was there because it was during his interview.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
and NBC didn't say nothing.
Oh, amazing.
They didn't say, "Oh, we're sorry for his language."
Amazing.
Quit fucking apologizing. If fucking live sports, fuck to God, we need to get rid of the fucking delay.
And enter the plane.
Hello, Marine Corps.
Yeah, exactly.
Air station.
Exactly.
Anyways, all right, go ahead. Drain you.
The most painstaking production job of all, the Nevermind track's Drain You, was a masterpiece of guitar overdubs. Butch encouraged Kurt to embrace the possibilities of the studio to build a track that was the antithesis of the bare bones recordings that defined Bleach, yet still delivered a piece of music that was primal, brutal, and soul scouring. In addition to the song's main guitar part, Butch had Kurt cut 5 further tracks of guitar fed through different amps and effects pedals, which the producer panned across throughout, raising and lowering the volume, like a conductor guiding an orchestra. Indeed, he described the first finished result as, I quote, an almost orchestral sound on the guitars.
Sorry, I don't know where the fuck you're at, so I'm trying to search through this really fast. I've been moving shit around because not to cut off your great reading here, which you've been doing a really great job. I do appreciate it. But Kelly pointed out Kelly Lunar Girl pointed out in the chat, oh, it's my bad, that some guy last Sunday dropped the F-bomb after the coin toss.
Oh.
Jabberl Peppers. I hope I'm fucking sorry, Jabberl. If I said that wrong, I do apologize, Mr. Peppers. How's that?
Yeah.
But I think it's funny he dropped the F-bomb after the fucking coin toss.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the goddamn delay. Anyway, sorry.
Not that the punk as fuck
Oh, there we are. Okay.
Kurt, who'd proved initially reluctant to try other production methods like double tracking his vocals, leapt willingly at such studio trickery. And I quote, "I don't know how I got Kurt to record all those guitar parts. I think I would lie to him saying there was a problem on the track. It didn't record properly or it was out of tune, so let's do it again," end quote, Butch later told VH1's Classic Albums.
Hey, Kim, you want to pause this for a minute? You do know what this is, right?
What?
Kelly said he's telling everybody to Google brand NASCAR. Let's go, Brandon. You know what that's about?
Yeah, that's the one that won the truck race.
No, he won the Xfinity race.
Or the Xfinity race and the Biden chance.
Right.
Yeah, the
right.
Biden chance.
Which
yeah.
has been going all over the fucking country.
Yeah. Hello, Marine Corps.
Hey, no, we talked about this earlier. That's too early for the entrance. We need that at the end of the show.
Yes, we do.
Okay?
Now.
When I'm ready, I'll call you. Got it? Come on, guys. Back off. Yeah, wouldn't that be fucking cooler than hell? Like have a fucking flyover at the end of our show.
Yeah, I know.
And have a microphone outside so everybody you just hear. Anyways.
As for the track's wild mid-song freakout.
Hold it. I know we're talking about Nirvana, but you know what? They brought this up. What I thought was fucking hilarious was the fact that the announcers, Kim, right?
Uh-huh.
That the female announcer on the track talking to Brandon Brown, go, "Oh, hear that? They're chanting, 'Let's go, Brandon.'"
I know, and it's
like, how the hell do you get "Let's go, Brandon" out of Joe? Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Your friends in the chat.
CC, what's up, dude? Oh man, you know what? This ain't gonna show up well on the fucking phone. I don't know where the picture's at right now, but.
Would you like me to continue?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
While I look for this photo.
As the track's wild mid-song freakout, 17 bars of free foam. Let me start over here. As for the track's wild mid-song freakout, 17 bars of free-form feedback and abstract sounds, Dave later described as, and I quote, "the Bohemian Rhapsody of Nevermind," end quote. Kirk adulterated the guitar tracks with a box full of weird toys and noisemakers, including aerosol cans and squeaky toy mouse. And I quote, "He was doing all these side effects that sounded like steam. It sounded real trippy." The song's avant guitarism recalled the experiments of the noisy rock pioneer Sonic Youth, who were friends, heroes, and former tour mates of Nirvana. Sonic Youth's bassist Kim Gordon recalled hearing Nirvana try out new songs during soundcheck during a tour of Europe the summer before Nevermind. Nevermind. They would sound distant, Kim told Nirvana biographer Everett True, and I quote, "Kurt would say afterwards, 'I really want my next album to sound like you guys.' Laughs. I'd say, 'No, that would be a bad idea.'" Drain You became one of Kurt's favorite songs, one he usually never tired of playing. Originally titled Formula, perhaps in reference to powdered baby milk substitute, its lyrics play out that the helpless love an infant feels for its mother. But the song was more likely inspired by Kurt's brief, intense relationship with Toby Vell. The song's opening statement, I'm lucky to have met you," was something she'd told Kurt. But the song's version of love isn't so binging, harboring within its romance the possibility of destruction, of being drained and subsumed summoned by your lover,
No, subsummed.
subsumed by your lover, and then left a burrowed out husk when the love comes to an end.
Well, we're getting closer to the end of this.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Number 9, Lounge Act. Written about Kurt's broken relationship with Toby Vale. I'll Wear a Shield refers to the K Records logo tattoo, which he got to impress her. An early version of the song contained the line, "I hate you because you are so much like me." In an unsent letter to Toby, Kurt betted, "I don't write songs about you except Lounge Act, which I do not play except when my wife is not around." Let me go ahead and give you a break a little bit. Number 10, Stay Away, one of 3 songs from Nevermind. Also see Breed and Territorial Pistons that utilize hardcore punk's thrashing tempo. Stay Away sort of life as Pay to Pay and was another broadside against the groupthink of the Olympia indie rock kids. Kurt narrowing his eyes and spitting, "Monkey see, monkey do. I'd rather be dead than cool." The apocalyptic end of a song gear trashing reimages. Oh my God. Reimagines the destructive chaos of Endless, Nameless, and Miniature, and is every bit as thrilling. You know what we need to do?
What?
We need to do fucking Suicidal Tendencies first album.
Yeah, we do. We do.
We gotta think about doing that one these days.
Yes, we do.
But we got shit coming up.
Song 11, On a Plane. Kurt was a martyr to his bad habits, including composing songs last minute. He penned the lyrics to On a Plane moments before recording it. The opening salvo, "Let's start this off without any words," a dig at his own method. He told journalist John Savage the song was, and I quote, "classic alienation," though his main focus was getting, and I quote, "done so I can go home," end quote. But the song's heady melody and heavenly harmonies are enough to carry any half-arsed lyric.
Guess we got it. Oh yeah, Crane magazine's from the UK.
Yeah.
So that's why it's arsed. I keep forgetting fucking overseas it's arsed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your arse.
Yep.
All right, number 12, Something in the Way. Nevermind's funeral closer was the album's most difficult session. Kurt strumming on an old 5-string acoustic guitar that wavered in tune and recording his vocals lying on a sofa in the control room, barely audible. The cello line was Butch's idea to evoke the ominous vibe of the Beatles' I Am the Walrus. Cellist Kurt Canning, husband of L7's D. Plakis, struggled to match Kurt's out-of-tune guitar, but Butch says this, and I quote, "gives the song its creepiness," end quote. And then eventually the final track was number 13. For the longest time, it was a hidden track, but it is now called Endless, Nameless. Following a long afternoon struggling to record Lithium, a frustrated Kurt launched into what would become Nevermind's hidden track. And I quote, "the rage and frustration in his voice was fucking scary to hear because he kind of lost it," end quote. Butch told Crane. Oh, I should have kept fucking quoting. Son of a bitch. I hate when I do that.
I know.
Quote again, "the band followed suit. Then Kurt smashed the guitar to smithereens, walked out of the room, and I was like, wow, I'm glad I caught that on tape." Kurt had smashed up his left-handed Mo's right, so I had to frantically scour LA to find a replacement, end quote. Butch told Crane magazine. That is fucking crazy. Echo Bay. The boy is in the room now.
Oh, okay.
He has no idea what the fuck we're talking about. I'm sure he's probably never heard Nevermind.
No,
Probably never heard Nirvana.
I'm sure he has.
I'm sure he hasn't. He's young. I don't think I've ever played Nirvana for these kids.
Oh.
I don't think I did. I might have. I don't know. Maybe when they were younger. But Anyways, so Kim, what was your like? You kind of sneakily listened to Nevermind back in the day
Yes, I did.
because your brothers played it, but they didn't play it. It wasn't like it was one of those. It's kind of like along the lines of Appetite for Destruction, where it was like one of those. If you heard mom coming, you heard turn the fucking sound down.
Or if your older sister drove you in a car to one of your school functions, then you'd put it in this. You'd put it in the.
Okay, so you got to listen to it.
Yeah.
Drive into school functions.
Yeah.
That's right, because you were the eldest who had a license.
Yeah.
So you were the chauffeur for all the rest of the children.
Yes, I was. So that's how I got introduced to Nirvana, Aerosmith.
Did they make you wear a penguin outfit?
Oh no, I was lucky.
Damn. Good thing I wasn't your younger sibling.
I
would have
know.
fucking made you do it.
But that's how I got introduced to Aerosmith, Nirvana, Guns N' Roses. All of them is just through taxing them to functions.
Right. So I don't know. Do you have? I mean, obviously, do you have a favorite song off the album, or do you have a top? I mean, we really didn't come up with a top 5 for this. The reason why I didn't go for a top 5 is I can't choose a top 5.
Well, and the one
for me, there's no it's weird. I could do. I mean, I struggle top 5 with Guns N' Roses, but Nirvana's Nevermind is like most Motley Crue records for me.
Yeah,
where I can't choose. I can't. I mean, give me the fucking album in order. That's the way I want to hear it, and so I really can't choose a top 5 out of it.
The whole album I like. I mean, I don't have one favorite song on it.
No, we should have done. I should have sent Kel I should have sent Little Girl a fucking link to the show.
Yeah.
Could have had her on. Talk about Nirvana.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's right after I got Nirvana, Nevermind.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say probably 92 in January or February 92 is when I finally picked up Bleach.
Okay.
The guy that owned the record store, he had sold it to a group who ran our local Radio Shack.
Oh yeah.
And they also had bought up our video at the time. Gosh, back in the old days when mom and pop video rental places.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and of course, this is back in the day when you still had the fucking long boxes.
Oh yeah.
The CDs come in the long boxes, and I saw Bleach. I didn't look at it really quick. I didn't realize it was their first album, but I thought it was actually the follow up.
Luna Girl's favorite song is Lithium off that album.
Excuse me. And she also says it's okay. I can type, but I can't make words anymore tonight. Oh, but yeah. So I picked up Bleach thinking at the time, like I said, I didn't look at the back, see what the date was on it or whatnot. I just figured, okay, fuck, wow, they popped out a second album already.
Yeah.
Holy shit! What'd you do?
I just scratched it too much.
You just picked something on your arm, and now you're fucking bleeding.
Yeah, because I scratched it.
Do not pick. Never mind, I won't say it because I fucking do it all the time.
I know.
Do not pick the scabs. Anyways, I can't choose a top 5. I really can't. I mean, I love this album.
Mm-hmm.
When we were going through some of the other bands, it's kind of funny because, I mean, those of you who have been with us for a long time, you guys have heard me fucking put down Pearl Jam. I fucking can't stand Pearl Jam. I hated Jeremy. Right. And we actually, when we were going through shit last night, going to like Stone Town, I was pretty much playing a lot of this stuff after we got done with Nevermind, playing a lot of this stuff for Kim to see if she had heard, like Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden. Well, Soundgarden she had because we had Rock Band.
Yes. And
because your sister was into like Soundgarden.
Yes.
And she had the A-Sides CD.
Uh-huh.
That's how I got pretty much Soundgarden. I mean, I know I listened to some of it back then.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you pretty much probably heard most of it from liking or listening to the doing it on Rock Band.
Yes.
Playing on Rock Band back in the day.
Yes.
When we had too many fucking songs on that goddamn thing.
I know, too many to even count.
But So we were going through the different ones, and we got to Pearl Jam, and we got to the 10 album, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see what songs. Okay, well, I'm like, oh, look, okay, Alive, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the one before that I liked, and
Yeah.
and then I said, well, here's this. This is the reason why I don't like the band. This is why I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
Was Jeremy, and so we went and played it, and I started listening to it, and I hadn't listened to it in forever.
Well, yeah.
You know, probably since '92, the last time I heard it, and I'm like, oh my god, you know what? I actually do dig this fucking song.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
And I think it's been so long since I listened to it that the hatred I had for the overplay.
Yeah.
You know.
Little girl said I only liked 10 by him.
Yeah, it's album 10.
Yep, I know what it is.
But I mean, as far as their other stuff, I'd have to go back and I'd have to go and listen to it, because I mean, at one point I finally just says well, fuck, we lived in an area where you can't get rock stations anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, all you got was country, so eventually it's like, you know, I mean, y'all saw it. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure you all. I don't know if everybody's seen it or not. I guess I can put this one out there too for me. Embarrass the hell out of myself. But that was me in '95.
Yep.
Roughly '95. And that's with my kitties, Hannah and Colby.
Yep.
And their babies.
Oh, hi, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel. But yeah, I mean, Nirvana changed the landscape.
Yes, they did.
And they changed it for the better.
They did, actually,
because the one problem that you see, I mean, you even saw it in the 70s. You know, in the 70s, it was more of a New York thing with the New York labels.
Yeah.
Where they pushed out, started signing every goddamn disco band.
Yes, that's true. They did.
Speaking of which, do you believe ABBA's coming back out with a brand new album?
I know. That's amazing.
Crazy. And then in the 80s, the LA
scene hit.
The LA scene, what became hair metal.
Yeah.
But the glam era of pop rock, hard rock came out, and all the LA labels started signing every fucking band there.
Yeah, they did, actually.
And all the East Coast labels eventually moved all their headquarters to fucking LA.
LA, yeah. And then LA became oversaturated with record companies and bands.
The whole music genre became overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly.
With the same type of bands, which is kind of ironic when you go back to early Sacramento B from the book To Dirt, where you actually see the fucking article in there from the Sacramento Bee when Motley Crue was over in Sacramento after they just signed with their first manager, Alan Kaufman.
Yeah, that's true.
When they were over there recording Too Fast for Love, the leather record, their demo version.
Yeah, exactly.
Of it. Nikki Sixx actually said, "You wait and see. 5 years, everyone will look like us."
And true.
And I was like, okay, that was 1981. So you figure 5 years, that's 1986.
And yeah, sure enough.
Cinderella, Poison.
Yeah.
We're all making the scene in 86.
Yeah.
And they were all fucking hardcore glammed up.
Oh, yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
Which in 87, Motley Crue took, they left a little bit of makeup on, but they went more leather with the Girls Is Girls album.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't really change the sound a lot. I mean, they changed it to a point, but yeah. But Nirvana came in and shook it up.
Yes, they did.
Tilted the earth on its axis, like the guy from, I think it was Australia, had put in it for his title. They tilted the world.
They did. They did.
Changed the music scene, and it needed to be changed.
It did. It really did.
It killed the bands, the hair bands at the time.
Well, yeah,
because kill them off, because obviously if it would have, they wouldn't be back now.
Yeah, but it was
and selling out arenas again.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, I know. It's just like you said, though. That didn't kill him. It's just people were ready for a change in the music industry.
That's the thing. Every generation goes through, every music era goes through a change.
Yes, they do.
Look at the 50s, right? Look at what you had with Elvis and all that shit, right? Then in the 60s, you got the Beach Boys and Beatles.
Beatles, yeah.
And the Beatles were definitely a difference to the Beach Boys.
Yes. They were.
Beach Boys were America and the Beatles were Brit.
Yeah.
And then the Stones came. And all the other, the British invasion happened then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we got in the 70s and you had the Who, fucking Pink Floyd, Zeppelin, Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
The early days of metal right there.
Yeah.
And then, and then Kiss came out in 73.
Yeah.
Which, again, it wasn't until Alive 1 that they became a success.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you had that disco era.
Yes, you did.
And then we got into the 80s and, we had, a little bit of the pop shit we had in the 80s. But then we got pretty much what became pop metal.
That's true.
And then Motley Crue hits it big. I mean, I'm not knocking the song because this is like a song with me and Hannah, but Motley Crue hits it big with fucking Home Sweet Home.
Yes, they did.
And also the record, which is funny because I love how that also in the record, you gotta have a power ballad. But if you go back to every album before,
there was no power ballad on it.
No, yes, there was.
Okay.
Quiet Riot had fucking Thunderbird on there.
Okay.
On their fucking first album.
Okay.
On Mental Health. Everyone had, Rat had friggin' 83. Rat had fucking Back from War. Everyone had some power ballads before that.
That's true.
But it wasn't until the success of
Home Sweet Home
that
it was
everyone had to have one.
It was a requirement. It became a requirement.
Right, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Not every band can write that
power ballad. Yeah.
And then the problem, we got overwhelmed with power ballads.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Heaven, 18 in Life, I Remember You.
Yeah.
Nobody's Fool.
Yeah.
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Nikki changed the game again and came out with fucking You're All I Need.
Yes. Exactly.
About killing your girlfriend and burying her ass in your backyard.
Exactly.
And MTV went, no, we can't show this.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, oh my God. Kim, what we got coming up? Yeah, exactly, Kel. High enough. You can take me high enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Jack Blaze. I'll give Jack Blaze credit. He does sing good.
Yes.
I do not sing very well, so I did that on purpose. But what do we got coming up? Obviously, we got next week. We are going to come back with another 5 a.m. show.
Yes, we are.
Our racing recap, which will be on the Rovo.
Yep, the Rovo.
And
Turkey.
Yep. Wait, we're talking Thanksgiving already?
No, the Turkey Grand Prix. No, we're not talking Thanksgiving right now. No. Let's talk chocolate and pumpkins right now.
Yeah, fuck, Halloween's over with. Come on, the stores already got Christmas is already in the stores. It's Christmas time.
Well, you gotta have
more. We're done with the holidays. It's Christmas time.
I will agree with that because then I don't have to go through the busy time of year right now. So yes, I agree with that.
Oh, it's Christmas at Ground Zero. Weird Al.
I know who it is.
Hey, best fucking Christmas song I've ever written. But what do we got coming next Tuesday night?
It is a ladies' night takeover with special guests Hannah, Luna Girl, and Chantal. We'll be recapping the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or if you're in Europe, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
We cannot skip Halloween. I agree.
No.
Teasing Kel. No, we cannot skip Halloween. Now she's all excited. Woo.
Yeah.
Yes, the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
And I know I believe Kel says she's gonna watch all 8 movies. I gotta remember there's 8 fucking movies.
Yeah, because the last one, the Deathly Hallows, is
7
2.
is part 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's called the Deathly Hallows. Harry Potter
and for some reason you want me to watch this.
Agreed. Hannah's agreed, Kelly.
Right. And you want me to watch this shit.
Watch it? What do you mean?
The only reason I'd watch it is for fucking Snake. No, I'm just joking. I actually like him. I'm joking.
Actually, that
Alan Rickman
played a hell of a Snape.
Right. But the thing the funny part was when I first, because I'm not going to be on the show next week.
No, you're not.
I'm being kicked off my own show.
Yes, you are.
Kelly told me to watch it. Anyways, here's my thing, right? When we borrowed the videotape, this is what happened. The Harry Potter craze started happening. So I borrowed the books from my mom, who had bought them, the paperback versions for my daughter, who didn't fucking read them.
Well,
and then I borrowed her 2 VHS tapes of
the
Source of
Stone
and
and
Chamber of
Secrets.
Because that's what all was out at the time. And I think the third book had just came out.
Yeah, the third book had just came out, Prisoner of Azkaban.
I think she had the third book. But, so we're like, okay, me and Karina are like, okay, what the fuck is this Harry Potter craze? And what the fuck is all this shit about? So we get the goddamn, we watched the first movie, right? And I'm like, dude, that fucking dude's voice is why do I recognize this dude's voice? And I'm talking about Snape. Like, what the fuck? Where have I heard that voice before?
Yeah.
And then of course, it was early days of the internet, and that was before you actually go and you run to the run to the computer and go Google or grab your phone and type up Google and like, who the fuck it played Snape?
Yeah.
No, that was before those days. We weren't quite at that point yet.
No, we weren't.
And of course, I'm looking at him going, he looks familiar. Why does he look familiar? Of course, find out later on is Alan Rickman played in fucking Die Hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Love that man. I love his voice. I love his acting. One of the best friggin' actors out there.
Yeah.
DB read them all first. You know the funny thing is, DB, we got caught up to where they were coming out in theaters. I got threatened by her sister that if I was to act like I did, whichever one had where Hermione was supposed to be the saving the house elves.
That was starting in 2. I believe that was starting in Chamber.
No, it wasn't in 2.
Then 3.
Wasn't in 2 because I remember we went to the theater. We didn't go to the theater to see 1 and 2.
Then it
might have been 3. I don't remember it. Anyways, it's wherever Hermione fucking wants to liberate the house elves. And we went to the theater to watch the next movie, right? Or watch the movie. And dude, we walked out of that fucking movie. And all I did, because we walked home, right? And we lived in Elko, Nevada at the time. We walked home. And all I did was bitch how they fucking didn't add that in the movie.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I'm like, dude, that's part of who Hermione is. And fuck. Karina's like, you're going to do this. You are either never going to read another book until we see all the movies, or you can't see none of the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But when we got to 7, the 7th book, we got it. By then we were buying them all hard copy or hardback. Hardcover. That's what it is.
Yes.
Hardcover. And so I let her read it first. And kind of like the Rise of Skywalker, where I haven't gone back. I mean, we own it on Blu-ray or on 4K DVD, and I haven't watched it since we've seen it in the theater. I've only seen it the one time and still haven't watched it again. I hate when things end. I really do.
I know.
I just hate when things end. But what? You trying to figure this out?
Yes, I am very much
trying to figure this out live on the show as we're hitting 2 hours.
Yes.
It is, Hannah. It is very hard not to do it, especially when you read the book first and you're like, no, what the fuck is this? Where the fuck is that? This should be in there.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, come on, and especially like nowadays, where Harry Potter part 1 and 2 for book 7, or year 7, and then not to bring it up, but then when they did the Breaking Dawn 1 and 2 for the Twilight series, it seems like they're doing these fucking. Why can't we just start doing that for all the books now?
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't we just go part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2? Let's get more of the fucking books in the movies.
That's true.
Even though you do realize if they ever make a Stan movie, that's motherfuckers are going to be about 25 fucking hours long.
Yes, I know it is.
All I know is they better make that motherfucker into 8 fucking parts.
Yes.
That's what I want. If they ever make a Stan movie, it's got to be 8 fucking parts.
Yes.
Has to be 8 parts.
Yes.
Because while Green Mile was good, there's still a lot of shit, even in the little bitty books that we had back then. Which I gotta find those that they still missed for Green Mile. But I do like the Green Mile movie. Matter of fact, I like most Stephen King movies. Anyways, what's up? She's still trying to find this shit.
I have it here. I'm just skimming.
Kelly, they don't end if you keep rewatching them.
That's true. They don't.
I know. And I tried so hard to keep. Yeah, good thing you put LOL at the end of that. Hannah says she tries so hard to keep her comments to herself.
Well, this doesn't say anything in the plot.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll find it. I don't remember which book it was. I'm sure. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, but yeah, we got 30th anniversary or 30th. Oh my
20th anniversary.
I'm stuck on 30th anniversary for some reason.
I know.
It's been 30 years since I graduated high school.
Yeah, it has.
No shit. Tell me something I don't know. It's been 20 years since Hannah graduated high school.
Yeah, and it's been
Wait, no, 10 years. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, because
10 years.
It's been about 20.
It was 20 because she was when she graduated. It was 10. I was my 20th anniversary or 20th reunion, which I've never gone back to the reunion ever.
Yeah, because I've been.
So Hannah's been out for 10 years. I've been out for 30 years,
and I've been out for 20 because I graduated in '94.
You were almost out for 30. You're like 27.
Yeah.
Right? It's 2001. Yeah, 3 more years.
Yeah.
Anyways, 26 years, Kel says.
Okay.
They never end. It used to be holidays, then it was Saturdays. Now it's 4 p.m. time to watch Harry Potter. Dee says.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh. But anyways, yeah, I can't wait for next week because Kim is hosting the show all by herself.
Yeah, we'll see if it. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have help. You're going to have Hannah. You're going to have Lunar Girl. And you're going to have Chantal.
Yeah, I know.
And it's real easy to bring people on. See right down here. Look right down here. See where it says remove?
Yeah.
Right? The editor, we'll send them all the link, which I could do that today or tomorrow. Right? Send them all the link, right? And they'll all be right here. Okay, I'm going to remove ourselves for just a minute just to show her, okay? This is pretty much the end of the show anyways. Hi, we're back. Hi, we're back.
Okay.
That's what it'll look like. So you'll see Hannah there, you'll see Lunar Girl there, and you'll see Chantal there.
Okay.
Okay. I just figured it was easier just to show you. And all you do is like, boom, introducing Hannah, our social media or some social media director, Hannah. Then you click on Hannah.
Yeah.
Speak for her for a few seconds. Then boom, introduce Lunar Girl or whoever's next in line. Introduce them, and then of course I gave you the write up for the Powerpuff Girls. Dude, Hector, I don't know, man. These four together. Oh, I don't know, man. They could be definitely the 4 horsewoman and a better version of it. Want to get wrestling? Want to get wrestling involved?
I don't remember which one it was that she wanted to free the house.
It don't matter. I'm sure we'll find it.
Yes, I'm going to do research on it.
Oh, God. Anyways, I think it's time to get the hell out of here. What do you think?
I agree.
Guys, one thing, we are happy to be back.
Yes, we are.
We had a great time while on vacay. We had a great time at a wedding. The young children have been now married for a little over a week.
Yes.
And hey, they're going to have their ups and downs. Everyone does.
Yes, they do. Yes.
If anybody says they have a perfect fucking marriage, they're a fucking liar.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
We can do a little marriage counseling right now.
Yes.
And yes, Kel, we missed you guys too. We missed everybody. We missed all of you, especially with the fact I stayed off the best I could. Pretty much stayed off fucking social media the whole week we were gone.
And I enjoyed getting out of Arizona.
Yes, you did. But yes, we are happy to be back. We are happy to be watching racing. And I promise you all this. What happened this morning will not fucking happen again.
No.
Because if you notice, Well, actually, I didn't get a chance to even watch half the chat because we were. I mean, this is gonna be one of those things where I have to go back and watch it again just to fucking catch up, just to watch the chat.
I was paying attention to it while you were reading.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you were. But yeah, no, it's been fun. We're again, can't wait until next week. I mean, this episode 130 is gonna be hot. Yes, and Kelly's got the wrenches.
Yeah.
BB's got the wrenches. Hannah's got wrenches.
Yes.
It's just funny as hell. I think what's fucking hilarious is Luna Girl tells me she's not going to be on because she was on last night with she won't be on our show in the morning because she was on late last night with
the Salty
Nerd, which fucking 8:00 at night for us is 11 p.m. for her.
Yeah, 11 p.m. for her.
So I mean, good God, right?
Yeah.
So it was just funny, and also we kept getting this shit. I just fucking dove into the fucking Red 5 chatter, and it's like, dudes, I don't remember what I put, but I said something about fucking trolls. Anyways. The next thing else, Kel's like, I'm coming. And then she gets in, and then all of a sudden somebody says something. It's like, I haven't had my cup of coffee yet. And I thought, oh shit, this is not gonna be good. But it was fun. I mean, Kim was trying to hold me back. She really was.
Yes, I was.
I gave her credit. That's what makes us a great team. Is we cut each other off the best we can. Unfortunately, she has a hard time pulling me back because I'm just like, fuck it.
Exactly.
Anyways. Right, exactly, DB. Oh, God. She got that cup of coffee and her band
hammer.
Actually, it's more like her band wrench. I don't remember what I think it was fucking dodgeball or something when they were throwing the fucking wrenches.
Yeah.
The movie Dodgeball where they're throwing wrenches at each other or something. I know I used it, but yeah, she was. It was funny because I went back. I was like, I brought the chat. I had the chat up on my phone, and I'm looking here and it says Lunar Girl banned so and so for 300 or 300,000 seconds. I'm like, holy fuck! I can't believe it actually says that.
I know. And then
For all you mofos, right? Well, I was thinking that, one of the early ones I timed out, and then he kept going, and so like, I'll screw this shit. I banned him.
Yeah, and then the girl says, "LMAO, it's true. I put the first dude in timeout and yelled at him before coffee. I needed coffee."
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, by then I already before Little Girl got, I already banned 2.
I know.
So, and of course, then they hit us all with fucking dislikes.
Yes.
We ended up with 6 fucking dislikes on
Yes.
our video. But then it comes to find out she actually fucking reported them all.
Yes.
So now we have no dislikes on that video.
Yes, exactly.
And it's shit. Oh, and by the way, again, Little Girl, thank you. Also, you know what she also did?
What?
She went into the Red 5 family chatter, right? On Twitter, and said, "Hey, y'all, we got all these she didn't say y'all, but I did. All these trolls hitting the dislike. Go watch this video and give it a thumbs up." So the whole fucking Red 5 families is like jumping in there real quick, popping up the freaking likes and stuff. And it was like, holy shit. Yeah, we win.
We won. Yeah, we won that
I mean,
battle.
at that point, there, I hate to steal a line from y'all, but it becomes, we are Red 5 and used and abused.
That's right.
But we are Red 5.
Yes, we are Red 5.
Don't fuck with Red 5.
Exactly.
But the funny thing is the bigger you get,
the more you're gonna get trolled.
Well, because they put it out there. They put you out there. YouTube puts you. Okay, we've been getting all these friggin' likes and shit. So YouTube's probably putting our shit out there more.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
yeah, you'll get trolled. We just happen to be the lucky ones.
Why did you just rewrite what Little Girl said?
Just a minute. Don't fuck with my family.
Dude, all I can see right there, because this is like what I see, right? I see that scene in Adventures in Babysitting, right? When she said, "Don't fuck with the babysitter," except for it's Kelly saying, "Don't fuck with my family."
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what? We might have to have you record that. Speaking of recording, hold on. We know what we haven't talked about in a long time.
What?
And we'll do it right here at the end, and we'll get the hell out of here for everybody because it is a long, late night for everyone knows Lunar Girl. You don't mess with Lunar Girl. You can tug on Superman's cape, You can spit into the wind.
Just-
You can pull the mask off the old range, and don't you mess with Lunar Girl.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyways, I don't remember if anybody remembered like early beginning of the racing podcast or racing episodes where I said we wanted some theme music.
Yes.
So anybody wants to throw up any theme music, make some theme music, just do whatever the fuck you want. That is still open.
It is.
We are, send us submissions to our email. Go on you can join our Discord probably, because I don't know what the fuck you can do on Discord or whatnot. But yeah, you can send it to our email address, useandabusedpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And again, I can bring that up real quick. Not that it really helps for the audio audience, but for the audio audience, that is USEDABUSS, motherfucker. Only one S there. EDPOD at Gmail, motherfucker.
GMAIL.com. All lowercase. All lowercase.
Right. So it's used and abused pod and just spelled out at gmail.com.
Oh, Scott, talk to Alan. He's really good with intros.
Yeah, but I mean, not just the intros, but we're also looking for the in-betweeners, because we want we want to do those kind of like in-between little blasts. I know I haven't hooked the soundboard up in a long time, but I want to do those little in-between blasts, like when we go from racing news into the main topic, or we go from this into that, and maybe we can get some shit for this show where we have our entertainment news, or I mean, it's just like I meant to do this before we left for vacation. And I meant to do this when we first talked about doing this 20th anniversary of Harry Potter.
Yes.
I was going to reach out to Nick.
Oh, yeah.
And see if he could fucking do like Hedwig's theme on a guitar.
Well, yeah.
And then use that as the catalyst into the women's takeover.
Well, yeah.
Where it plays for so long, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
Where I can come into, where I can disappear while everything's coming in. But I totally forgot to do it. So
DB and I will have to think of something.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, if it's up around, I mean, if it's close, even close to, it's movie time. I love that on the Escape Pod. I mean, that's fucking badass.
Yes, that is.
Anyways, all right, guys, we are out.
Yes.
We are back.
Yes.
Hopefully better than ever.
Hopefully.
And by the way, you all noticed Kim did participate in the two shows today. She felt like she needed to keep her mind off things. And both of us right here at the end both have one little thing. Fuck COVID.
Exactly.
And cancer.
Exactly.
And all fucking diseases.
Exactly.
Just fuck it all.
Exactly.
Because we're tired of it. Tired of losing family members. But
yeah.
Until next week.
Are you gonna start?
Have a great work week.
And a great weekend.
Be kind to everyone. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches means.
What the fuck is that a word?
Buenas noches to dos.
See, Mikey needs to teach me Spanish.
Yeah. Good night, pod fam.
Anyways,
have a great week.
Till next week. By the way, F1's back next week too. Okay,
yes.
Hector, you're really messing with me now, aren't you?
Yeah,
I am not going to be able to say all that. I have not been.
It's not coming up on mine yet.
Maybe it's not coming up on yours.
Buenas nachos to dos.
I'm sure it's goodbye or something.
It is. It's goodbye. That's what it means.
Anyways. Ready?
Yes.
You got your. Why don't you do... Scissor action. We're going to get banned for that one. Peace.
Peace.